Remember when finding out you were expecting meant calling your mother with tears of joy? In 1959, pregnancy announcements were intimate moments shared face-to-face with those who mattered most. Today, couples spend thousands on gender reveal parties that sometimes make the news for all the wrong reasons. But that's not even the most troubling part. Wait until you hear what we lost when pregnancy became a production. It was a Tuesday afternoon in 1959 when she knew for certain. The doctor confirmed what she'd suspected. A baby was coming. The young wife sat in the doctor's office, hands trembling with excitement, already imagining the moment she'd tell her husband. No ultrasound photos, no genetic testing results, no gender predictions. Just the simple, profound knowledge that life was growing within her. She stopped at the corner payphone to compose herself before walking home. This news was too precious for a telephone call. Her husband deserved to see her face, to share the moment completely. That evening, after his favorite pot roast dinner, she took his hands across the kitchen table. "We're going to have a baby." The words hung in the air like a blessing. His eyes widened, then filled with tears. They held each other in their small kitchen, the only witnesses to their joy, the checkered curtains and ticking wall clock. But here's how the news spread with such tender care. The next Sunday, they drove to her parents' house for dinner. Over coffee and her mother's apple pie, they shared the news. Her mother cried. Her father shook the husband's hand firmly, repeatedly. "About time," he said gruffly, hiding emotion behind masculine pride. The grandmother-to-be immediately began planning, knitting blankets, preparing the bassinet stored in the attic, sharing wisdom about morning sickness remedies. His parents received the news the following weekend. Another dinner, another quiet announcement, another explosion of joy. His mother pulled out the family cradle, used by 3 generations. "It'll need new paint," she said, already making lists. Word spread naturally through the community. She told her best friend over morning coffee. He mentioned it to his bowling league. The church ladies noticed her declining coffee at social hour, exchanged knowing smiles. Within a month, everyone important knew, each told personally, each response treasured. The pregnancy itself was beautifully private. No weekly bump photos, no apps tracking fruit-sized comparisons, no gender guessing games on social media. The pregnancy belonged to the couple and their close circle. Strangers didn't know until showing was obvious. Even then, privacy was respected. The mystery of gender lasted until birth. "What do you hope for?" people asked. "Healthy," parents answered, meaning it. Pink and yellow gifts accumulated, suitable for either possibility. Names were debated privately, maybe shared with mothers, but often kept secret until birth. Nurseries were simple: a crib, a rocking chair, walls painted soft colors, no themed murals, no Pinterest-perfect designs. The focus was preparing hearts, not staging rooms for photos. Baby showers were intimate affairs in church basements or living rooms. Close friends and family brought handmade gifts, knitted booties, embroidered gowns, practical necessities. Games were played, advice was shared, but mostly women gathered to support the mother-to-be. When the baby arrived, announcements maintained dignity. A small card sent through mail. Mr. and Mrs. announced with joy the arrival of. Weight, length, time, date, maybe a tiny footprint. That was all. Enough. Visitors came to the house when invited, bringing casseroles and offering to help with laundry. They held the baby briefly, respecting the new mother's need for rest and bonding. Photos were taken sparingly. Hospital portrait, coming home, first bath. Each film roll cost money. Developing took time. Every photo was chosen carefully, printed, placed lovingly in albums. The baby's first year was documented in a baby book, handwritten entries marking milestones. First smile, first tooth, first steps. These books became treasures, pulled out years later to embarrass teenagers with evidence of their beginnings. The extended family stayed involved through regular visits, not digital updates. Grandparents knew their grandchildren's cries, smells, temperaments through holding them, not viewing them. Now let's see how pregnancy became public performance. Fast forward to today. The moment the test shows positive, phones come out. The couple films their reaction, uploads to TikTok, waits for likes. Before telling parents, they plan the revelation production, elaborate announcement schemes involving grandparents opening boxes, solving puzzles, or reading onesies saying, "Grandma in training." Everything filmed for maximum emotional impact. The announcement goes on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter simultaneously. Hundreds of acquaintances learn before siblings. Comments pour in from people they haven't spoken to in years. The pregnancy becomes content to be monetized. Weekly bump photos in matching outfits. Gender reveal parties that cost more than weddings used to. Smoke bombs, confetti cannons, sometimes actual explosives. One California reveal started a wildfire. An Iowa reveal killed a grandmother with shrapnel. The pursuit of viral moments literally kills. The pregnancy itself becomes exhausting performance. Every moment requires documentation. Morning sickness filmed for sympathy. Nursery decoration becomes competitive sport. $1,000 cribs, designer wallpaper, furniture that matches Instagram aesthetics. Baby showers are productions requiring event planners, custom cookies spelling the baby's name, professional photographers. Guests feel obligated to buy expensive registry items, not lovingly craft personal gifts. The gifts themselves must be filmed being opened, reactions posted, thank you posts crafted. Nothing is private. Strangers follow pregnancy journeys of people they've never met. Comments judge every choice, the name, the nursery theme, the birthing plan. Mothers stress about creating content while growing humans. The birth itself gets live tweeted. Partners post from delivery rooms while mothers labor. Intimate moments become public property. First photos appear online before grandparents are called. The baby's digital footprint begins before the actual footprint is taken, and the children pay the highest price. These babies grow up with their entire lives documented publicly. First bath, first diaper blowout, first tantrum, all shared for entertainment. They can't consent to this exposure, this theft of privacy before they understand privacy exists. By school age, thousands of photos exist online. Classmates can find embarrassing baby photos. Predators can track children's routines, schools, activities. Parents chase likes using their children's lives as content. Mommy bloggers and family vloggers profit from exposing their children's most vulnerable moments. Children become props in their parents' pursuit of internet fame. Some states are passing laws protecting children from parents who exploit them for content. The quiet joy of raising children privately vanished, replaced by performative parenting that prioritizes audience over offspring. Real connection disappeared in the noise. Grandparents learn about pregnancies through Facebook posts along with hundreds of others. The special moment of being told personally, gone. They watch grandchildren grow through screens, missing the weight of them, the smell, the personality only presence reveals. Those intimate baby showers where wisdom passed between generations, replaced by parties where everyone films instead of connects. Advice gets drowned out by Instagram influencers selling products. New parents trust algorithms over ancestors. The village that once surrounded new mothers with practical help scattered. Instead of casseroles and cleaned kitchens, they get emoji reactions and "so cute" comments. Real support requires presence, not posts. Exhausted mothers scroll phones at 3 a.m., comparing their messy reality to everyone else's curated perfection. They feel inadequate, isolated, despite being more connected than ever. Some families resist the spectacle. A few couples choose privacy, sharing news personally, limiting photos, protecting their children's dignity. They face pushback. Why didn't you post? Where are the pictures? Don't you want to share your joy? As if joy unposted doesn't count, they create private photo albums, physical books their children can control later. They tell pregnancy news over dinner, not through devices. They focus on the miracle, not the marketing. But they swim against a cultural tsunami that says everything must be shared, every moment must be optimized for engagement, every milestone must outdo what came before. The pressure is real, the resistance exhausting. What we really lost when pregnancy became performance. We lost the sacred privacy of creating life, the quiet months of preparation, reflection, bonding without audience. We lost the gift of giving news personally. The tears in your mother's eyes, the tremble in your father's voice, replaced by emoji reactions. We lost the mystery and wonder. Gender known at 20 weeks, every detail planned, no surprises remaining. We lost the village of real support, women who showed up with meals and mops, not just likes and comments. We lost children's right to privacy. Their most vulnerable moments monetized before they could speak. Most profoundly, we lost the understanding that some things are too precious for public consumption. That intimacy requires boundaries. That joy shared with everyone becomes joy diluted to nothing. The question facing modern parents: how do we reclaim the sacredness of creating life in an age that demands everything be content? Can we choose presence over posts, privacy over publicity, real connection over digital performance? The 1959 mother who told her husband across the kitchen table knew something we've forgotten. The most profound moments need the smallest audiences. Her joy wasn't diminished by keeping it close, it was intensified. Today's parents, exhausted from performing pregnancy, might remember, the baby doesn't care about your follower count. Grandparents don't need professional photos. They need to hold the baby. Friends don't require gender reveal spectacles. They want to support you genuinely. The quiet announcement, the private pregnancy, the dignity of keeping some things sacred, these aren't outdated ideas. They're revolutionary acts in an age of oversharing. Because somewhere between 1959 and today, we confused being seen with being loved, virality with value, and public spectacle with private joy. The kitchen table where she shared her news still exists in some form in every home. Maybe it's time to gather there again, look into actual eyes, share news meant for hearts, not screens, and remember that the most precious announcements need no audience beyond those who truly matter. The baby growing within doesn't need a social media strategy. They need parents who understand that some miracles are too sacred for content, too precious for performance, too profound for anything but quiet, private, perfect joy.